think with the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way rock the baby to sleep.
Until morning. Ewing.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's going to try to get one more shot off the end. Push the buzzer. Oh, that's it.
How about that?
Steps over Toronto. He thought about three. He'll put up a three.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boom Broadcasting presents Three from Deep. I'm your host, Jason Calenzo. Welcome to the show. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me here halfway through the week. Jumping into some NBA excitement. Again, March Madness in full effect, not only for the college ranks, but for the NBA ranks. But first things first, guys, if you're enjoying Three from Deep, if you're enjoying Boom Broadcasting, jump on, hit that like and subscribe button, man. We appreciate all your support we're getting. We appreciate all the love we're getting. But let's spread that love. Let's spread that support. We're striving for that 5. We're striving for that 500 subscribers, guys. So give us a hand with that, man. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. So first thing I want to talk about real quick, giving some love to the college ranks. Guys, I got to talk about the loss of JuJu Watkins on Monday night here for the USC Trojans. Torn ACL in that right knee. Not the way she wanted to go out in this NCAA tournament. Wanted to make up for last year's exit. This is supposed to be her tournament. This was supposed to be Paige Becker's tournament. To see both of those great athletes together and hopefully converging and meeting against each other. I know a lot of people were excited to kind of see what JuJu brought to the table, but to see her go out with that knee injury in the tournament here, their team did win, but huge loss, man. So just want to send my well wishes. Get better, JuJu. I hope you do get better. Hope you get back stronger than ever. This tournament is not going to be the same without you. So I just had to show the ladies some love there. We will be showing ladies love here on Three from Deep pretty soon, because we will be doing an all WNBA show here coming up, because that season is starting pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to have a guest. I'm going to have my man Podcast Smitty, who was just on Saturday, guys. So if you haven't jumped and checked out Saturday's show, please get on Boom Broadcasting, that YouTube channel. You can go back in demand and look at older shows. Go back and check out that show I did with Mr. Smitty himself, Shannon Smith. It was a great show, but he's going to come on here with me. He's a huge WNBA fan, so we're going to break down the season and have some fun with that. But huge loss. Get well, JuJu. Man, March Madness. Crazy. Now, Monday night, the NBA is heating up. The sun also rises in the West. We have the Phoenix Suns making some noise right now, trying to kind of push their way into the playoffs. 3 big wins. This past win on Monday night against the Bucks. Last second shot from a man Booker. 1.7 seconds left. Drains the game winner, 108-106. Big win against the Bucks. KD playing out of his mind right now. 38 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Great game. He was the NBA Western Conference Player of the Week, averaging 27 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 6.6 assists in those 3 wins. Phoenix trying to hold on to that 10th spot there in the play-in tournament. A dismal year for them right now. The Kevin Durant trade drama, just not playing well. Bradley Beal looking terrible. But if Phoenix can manage to hold on to that 10th spot, if they can ride this momentum and keep Dallas, who is essentially tied with them at 35 and 37, but Phoenix holds the tiebreaker right now. So you got Dallas nipping at your heels, Phoenix. So if Phoenix can hold on to that 10th spot. If they can make their way through the play-in tournament and get into the postseason, does this salvage the Phoenix Suns' horrible season? I think it helps the players. I don't know if it really helps the fans' perspective, because I know they're a little bit upset for falling short of expectations. But is the sun setting on this Phoenix team as we see it? Will Kevin Durant be traded away next year? I know he was saying all the right things this year amongst the trade drama, trying to get him sent back to Golden State, which I think he should have done. I think that would have been probably one of the best landing spots for him, not only for his talent, but to kind of bring his career as it's coming to an end. I think he could have ended it in Golden State. I think they would have, those fans would have loved him for it because he won those championships with them and performed so well with them. I think him and Curry, but I know he wanted to write his own narrative. I still think Kevin Durant is gone at the end of the year. I'd love to see him in Miami. I think Miami would be a great fit for him. They need a scorer down there to play with Hero. They need someone to play with Bam. So I think Kevin Durant would fit down there. Don't be surprised to see the Lakers get into the Kevin Durant sweepstakes to try to lure him to play with Luka. And would that maybe keep LeBron for another year, or does LeBron hang it up? I know he's a free agent next year, so a lot of drama floating around that. But this Phoenix Suns team is interesting because, on paper, they look halfway decent. They look pretty good. You got a big three there in Phoenix, but just never reached expectations. Very, very disappointing season. I don't think, even if they can make it to the play-in tournament, I don't think this really salvages their season. I think that ship has sailed. But it'd be interesting to see. I think it would be great television if they can start making some noise, maybe push their way into the actual playoffs, and maybe in that first round, don't be an easy out. Don't be a 4 and done. I think that'd be kind of cool with Phoenix. But first things first is they got to get past the Dallas Mavericks. So let's jump in and talk about that real quick too, because also on Monday night, the team that is chasing those Phoenix Suns in that 11th spot and tied with them, just Phoenix has the tiebreaker, is Street Clothes Davis. Put on the jersey again and went out there and played some basketball after his 6-week absence. So the Dallas Mavericks fans finally get to see a full game of Anthony Davis after this crazy trade that still reverberates to this day. Played 26 minutes, gave him 12 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a block. It's respectable. Mavs did win 120-101 to keep pace with Phoenix. But man, Mavs, I know this has been a rough year for you guys too. Mavs fans are just hoping for anything to cheer about. And now that you have Anthony Davis back, you still got Clay. You guys still got Dinwiddie. You still got Marshall, Max Christie, PJ Washington. So you guys still got some players there in Dallas, and you still have some pride. So I love seeing teams get up and dust themselves off and keep moving forward. And right now, that's what the Mavs players are doing. They're right behind Phoenix, 1 game. So Phoenix loses, Dallas wins. Next thing you know, you're flip-flopping. That's why every one of these games right now, you got about 10, 11 games left. So every one of these games right now is going to count, especially in the West, because you have so much movement going on from second place all the way down to 11th place. You have movement. And I think this is what makes it exciting. This is probably going to come down to one of the final games of the season for West seeding. And then maybe who's going to make it in. Because you may have some kind of play-in for Dallas and Phoenix fighting for the bottom of the West there to get into that play-in tournament. So Kudos to the Mavericks for at least fighting and clawing and staying with it. Anthony Davis, that fan base needs you. So if you guys can string some wins together in these final 2 weeks, I think you would ingratiate yourself with a lot of those Mavericks fans that right now are just angry at everything. So we'll see what happens. We'll report it here on 3 from Deep. We'll talk about it. It's getting exciting. Even the bottom of the barrel teams that are fighting for a playoff spot, it's getting exciting to see who's going to make it and who's not. So, well, let's talk about a team that's already been to the mountaintop. Let's talk about Jayson Tatum. Celtics the other night beat the Kings 113-95, but that's not the big story. Third quarter, on a contested 3, Jayson Tatum comes down and steps on Sabonis's foot and twists his ankle. Supposedly it's not serious, but I don't know if this is a good time for an injury to Mr. Tatum. I've been looking at the wire here. I haven't seen anything yet about a timetable and how much he's hurt. I haven't seen anything, maybe a stress fracture, none of that stuff. I haven't seen anything yet. So hopefully it is just a sprained ankle, maybe a week or so. It might be one of those things, kind of a blessing in disguise, because now you can kind of sit him and get him some rest. So this way, when the playoffs start, you can get him back in there. You still have Brown, you still have Porzingis, you still have Horford. So I mean, you still have a championship team there in Boston. But the Boston Celtics, if they want to repeat, they need a healthy Jayson Tatum. There is no doubt about it. So Boston better hope that this is not some kind of lingering injury or something worse than they're reporting or haven't reported, because I haven't seen anything yet. So I don't know how Jayson Tatum doesn't get the love he deserves. I still think he should be up there for MVP consideration. I don't know what it is. I've talked about this before. When you talk about the greats of the game right now, with Giannis, with Luka, with LeBron, with KD, Tatum, I think, either doesn't get mentioned or is kind of last. I mean, he's won a chip. He's been a great player, but doesn't get enough love, which is to me kind of crazy. And it's hard for me as a Knicks fan, because, it's hard to cheer for the Celtics or kind of, give them too much love. But right now, the Celtics, I think they can afford to sit Tatum. Look, they're 9 games clear of the Knicks for third, so they don't have to worry about the Knicks catching them unless they lose 10 in a row, which I still don't see that happening. They're 4.5 out of first. Cleveland has been playing really good basketball, so I don't think they were going to catch them no matter what. So I think they were pretty much locked into that second position. But the Boston Celtics need Jayson Tatum if they're going to repeat as NBA champions, period. So curious to see how long he's going to be out. Again, I haven't heard anything yet. Keep my eyes open for that. Keep my ear to the ground. We'll see what happens. But Boston, you better hope it's just something mild and not a 2, 3, 4 week kind of injury, and that lingers into the playoffs. Because I think once you get to the playoffs, it's a whole nother animal. And I think Boston is really, really going to need. The East is deep, man. The East has some scary teams, even those play-in teams. You got the Pistons. You got Orlando just coming off of that Lakers win. So you got a lot of good teams in the East that can beat a shorthanded team. So Jayson Tatum, hopefully we get you back here soon, man. I hate seeing teams go into the playoffs shorthanded. If you're going to beat a squad, I like beating a full squad Win is a win, but it means more when you can beat the full complement and just not beat when guys are hurt. So interesting to see. It's again, guys, the NBA playoffs are getting close. These games are important right now. It is unbelievable. I love this time of year. So fantastic. But we're going to take a quick timeout. A little sip of coffee. Salute. Again, I appreciate you guys joining me here. So, of course, in my timeouts, I like to do my top 5. And I was thinking of some things today. I am a big movie guy. I love movies. I've talked about it on here before with some of my favorite movies, some of my favorite actors. But I am really excited for a lot of movies coming out this year. There is some big, big blockbusters on the horizon here in 2025. So that got me thinking. It's like, I want to give you guys my top 5 most anticipated movies for 2025 here. So we'll jump right into that. Number 5, The Thunderbolts, coming out May 2nd. Marvel, of course, churning them out. I'm a big Marvel fan, so I definitely enjoy those Marvel movies. With the Thunderbolts here, kind of that Suicide Squad-esque with Elena, Red Guardian, Winter Soldier, Ghost, Taskmaster, U.S. Agent, kind of the anti-heroes. Again, that Suicide Squad vibe without all the cursing. I think Marvel has, they have, who am I thinking of here? Deadpool, the merc with the mouth there. I think he's one of the only movies where you can drop some bombs. So I know that's going to be a pretty cool movie, though. Thunderbolts coming out May 2nd. It'd be interesting to see where the storyline goes, especially coming off of the Captain America we just had there. So Thunderbolts, number 5. Number 4, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action version. I enjoyed the animated versions of them that have come out. I have not read the books yet, but I'm sure they are very entertaining. And that seems to be the hottest thing going on right now because, Hollywood sometimes, the original stuff you don't see as much anymore. People keep redoing stuff, and now it seems to be the live action of animated stuff is hot. You come off the Lion King stuff. They got Snow White live action coming out. They got the Lilo and Stitch. I don't know if you guys have saw that yet. That's coming out. I think Moana is coming. I don't want to see The Rock in a grass skirt, but that live action is coming out. But the How to Train Your Dragon does look cool. If you guys haven't seen any of the trailers yet, you got to check it out because if you've enjoyed the animated ones, like me and my family have, the live action one looks awesome here. They got Gerard Butler, who did the voice of Stoic, is actually playing in this movie too. It looks really, really cool. And who doesn't like dragons? So that's my number 4. Number 3, Avatar, Fire and Ash, coming out December 19th. At least we didn't have to wait 20 years for this one, James Cameron. Thank you very much. It's been, I think, a couple of years or so, or a year and some change since the Way of Water came out. But the Avatar movies have been crazy, crazy fun to watch. James Cameron does his filming, the way that he comes up with stuff. He invents new cameras, new ways to film, new ways to experience movies. You got to give it to him, man. His movies cost a lot, but he likes spending a lot of money because he gives you that immersive experience, man. It is crazy to watch what he does and how he has changed the film industry with some of the cameras and some of the techniques that he does. So, but Avatar, Fire and Ash coming out. That's my number 3. Number 2, I'm a huge dino nerd too. When I was younger, I wanted to be a paleontologist. But Jurassic World Rebirth coming out. So that's going to be an awesome movie. Going to have Scarlett Johansson in it. That comes out July 2nd. Be interesting to see where they spin this story. I was reading a little bit on it, but I'll let you guys check that out. But look they got some new dinosaurs in there. And I love that stuff, man. So I am super excited. I've loved all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. I've read those books. So fantastic books if you guys haven't read them. But Jurassic World Rebirth, cannot wait. But my number one that I am freaking super stoked about is the new Fantastic Four, man. That looks unbelievable. The retro vibe, the homage to the original comic, the uniforms, the characters. Galactus is in it. This just looks, I think Silver Surfer's in it too, which is going to be, I mean, it just looks like an unbelievable movie. I am so excited for it. I think this is going to put all the other Fantastic Fours that they've come out with to shame. So, a big Marvel nerd. I love it. I can't wait. Fantastic Four, my number one right now. So, guys, my top 5 movies this year, again, that I am excited about is Thunderbolts, How to Train Your Dragon, Avatar, Fire and Ash, Jurassic World Rebirth, and that Fantastic Four movie. God, that looks so cool. So, thank you all for joining me with that. Just a little insight onto who I am. Guys, drop me a comment. What are you excited to see? What movie is coming out that's got you stoked? So drop me a comment. Again, like and subscribe, but don't be afraid to throw some comments in there, man. I want to hear from you guys out there. So get back from the timeout. Let's get into the layup line. We're going to do our little quick short stories here. First things first is Tuesday night, Jimmy Butler, his return to Miami. He kind of was playing this thing off. Yeah, I was with Miami. I was traded, yada, yada, yada. He was really kind of being smooth about it. No Curry in this game. I do record this on Tuesday nights, and so I was kind of checking the game out as I'm going through this because I wanted to pull this up here and just kind of see because right now the Heat, I'm sure the president is excited right now because right now the Heat are kind of just destroying Golden State 95-75. So 20-point lead. If you guys haven't seen the game or recorded, spoiler alert. But about 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. But Butler only 11 points, 6 rebounds. So weak performance. Hero 20 points. Adebayo 25 points. Burks 17 points. So right now, Jimmy Butler's return to Miami is not looking very good. That Golden State Warriors team needs Steph Curry back. So I understand probably why they're sitting him out another game. So hopefully he's feeling better. But Miami still holding on to a shot at that 10th spot too. Another team, lower seed right now, but can still make some noise. And, you never know when you get into the play-in, you win a game, you get into the actual playoffs, maybe you can make some noise because, Miami can make some noise. And I know that this is an emotional game for them. So curious to hear Mr. Butler's comments after this game. So Jimmy Buckets, not having a very good homecoming right now. Should have stayed in Miami, but that ended ugly. This was definitely one of the weirdest trade seasons with some of the divorces going on with players in the NBA this year. So it was really, really weird. But let's get into, again, Monday night. The Magic honored Dwight Howard at halftime. They also played the Lakers, in which Dwight Howard played for a little bit there. So it kind of was, fitting a little bit. But Orlando Magic using that second half surge to come back and beat the Lakers 118-106. Third straight loss for the Lakers. Franz Wagner, 32-8 assists. Paolo, 30 points, 7 rebounds. That Orlando team is dangerous. If Franz doesn't get hurt, if Paolo doesn't get hurt early in the season, I really believe Orlando would be a lot higher than they are now, I think they'd be in the playoffs and not just kind of fighting for that playoff tournament here. But is it time to hit the panic button in LA? I know, Charles, we're not supposed to talk about the NBA. Mr. Barkley, gets a little insulted because everybody kind of puts LA out there. I waited to the end of this show to kind of put them in there. I didn't lead off with the Lakers. So Lakers in fourth, still tied with the Grizzlies. I think that's going to flip-flop back and forth here. Luka had 32. Again, Luka doing Luka things. LeBron just getting his legs back from being out from that groin injury. 24 points. But Lakers lost 7 of the last 10. Not looking very good. The defense that was there 10 games ago is non-existent right now. That is a huge concern. I am hitting the panic button. Panic. Los Angeles Lakers. If this is how you're going to play in the playoffs, you're going to be bounced first round. No doubt about it, because you can't try to outscore guys with only 2 players. I know Reeves gets his a little bit there. Hachimura's finally back, but he's not doing anything right now. You've got a whole team of guys just not really stepping up. Luka and LeBron cannot carry you by themselves. You need a team, especially in the West. So I'm hitting the panic button. The Lakers better do something. This next 10-11 game stretch, they better step it up, because if they continue to lose, it is going to be ugly for the Lakers, and I can see them having an early out. So the other thing I want to jump on here too is we got some cap space news. The NBA is increasing the salary cap 10%, which was kind of projected for the 25-26 season, going up to about $154.6 million. Luxury tax is projected at about 187.9. So anybody under that luxury tax is going to get some money too. But that boasts a lot for free agents next year. The NFL just raised their salary cap, and teams are taking advantage of that. So in the NBA, where contracts are ridiculous, because you only got 10, 15 guys on a squad, as opposed to the NFL or MLB, where you've got 40, 50 guys on a squad, where you got to split the money a lot more ways. The NBA, there's not a lot of ways to split it. So some of those contracts these guys get are earth-shaking. Some of the free agents next year, Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, James Harden. I mean, these guys got team options, but don't be surprised to see them start testing the waters here. Again, Kyrie Irving, does he want to stay in Dallas? Or is he mad at Dallas? And does he want to go over to play his boy Luka, his hermano? LeBron James, does he stick around in LA one more year? Does he go somewhere else? Does he retire? Does LeBron say, hey, I'm done? And then James Harden, another points assassin for hire, who could still get you 25, 30 points a game. Where does the beard go? Does he stay? Or does he jump ship? Does he go over to the Lakers? Does he go to Miami? Does he go somewhere else? So lots of questions to answer there for free agency, but there's going to be more money to play with. So watch out for that. Wednesday night's game, tonight's games, you got Lakers, Pacers. Can the Lakers bounce back? Look, Pacers are playing. They're flip-flopping back and forth here with the Bucks for that 4th, 5th spot. I don't think that's going to change much. It just depends on if it's going to be Bucks 4th or Bucks 5th, Pacers 4th, Pacers 5th. But Lakers, you better not lose this game, because then you're going to get, if you lose this game 4 in a row, Stephen A. Smith is going to lead off first take and going to go bananas. So Bucks Nuggets. Bucks coming off a rough loss. Nuggets, I'm hoping Joker gets back here too. I think him being out has kind of lost him the MVP. So I think it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's MVP right now, wholeheartedly. I think he is number one. Number two to me is Joker. Number three, Giannis. I have him third in the MVP voting. Celtics versus the Suns. Again, waiting for the news on Tatum. How long is he going to be out? The Suns, can they stay hot and really ride that wave to kind of keep the Mavericks off their back? And then Knicks Clippers. I got to think about my Knicks. You guys have been playing a little rough there. 500 ball without Jalen Brunson. He's still going to be out another week. It hurts, but hopefully he gets 100% healthy. Excuse me, and comes back and wins. And then Thursday night, we got the Mavs versus the Magic. Again, Mavs trying to keep pace there with the Suns. Lakers versus Bulls. The Lakers back-to-back. How are they going to fare against the Pacers, then going and revisiting the Bulls? The Bulls who bull rushed them on Saturday. How do they bounce back, from that? And then you got the Grizz versus the Thunder on Thursday night, too, is another big game. So, dude, lots of crazy, crazy stuff going on right now in the NBA. The playoffs are heating up. Guys, March Madness is here. It's not just in the college ranks. It's in the NBA ranks too. I appreciate you guys being here for me. This is 3 from Deep. I am Jason Calenzo. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I will be back again on Saturday. We'll talk about some of the stuff that happens the rest of the week. And I will see you soon. Peace. Thank you all very much. Again, Boom Broadcasting, man. That's where it's at. Like and subscribe. Have a great night.